Hello friends, welcome back to Stories with Pastor Macy. We have a very special story today called the Hanukkah Bear. Now if you'll remember way back in March when I first started reading stories with you, we did a story about Purim, and it was about a bear too. And Purim is the celebration of Queen Esther, who we find in the book of Esther in the Old Testament, and how she delivered, with God's help, the people of Israel. And Hanukkah happens usually in December. This year it was December 10 to December 18. It's more than just one day. And let me just read at the back of the book what the author has to say about Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the Jewish festival of lights. The holiday commemorates a victory over the Greek army in 145 BC, when the temple in Jerusalem was restored to Jewish worship. According to tradition, there was only enough oil to light the temple menorah for one day. The oil miraculously burned for 8 days, long enough for more oil to be brought to Jerusalem. So that's why Hanukkah lasts for 8 days. Since then, oil and light have been a part of celebrating Hanukkah. The 9-branched Hanukkah lamp, the menorah or Hanukkah, is lit each night, beginning with 1 candle and ending with 8. A servant candle, the shamus, is used to light the others. Foods cooked in oil are part of the Hanukkah celebration. Latkes, potato pancakes, and sufganot, jelly donuts, are traditional holiday dishes. Those sound yummy, don't they? Hanukkah games are played with a 4-sided top called a dreidel or sivion. The 4 letters on the side are the letters of the Hebrew words Nes Gadol Hayasham. The words mean a great miracle has happened there. So I hope you enjoy learning a little bit about Hanukkah as we read the story, The Hanukkah Bear, written by Eric Kimmel and illustrated by Mike Wohnoutka. Old Bear awoke from his winter sleep. He poked his nose outside his den. What was that? Something to eat. Old Bear's empty stomach rumbled. He shook himself all over and then lumbered out of his den to follow the delicious smell. Booba Brianna took the last potato latke from the pan and put it in the oven with the others. Booba Brianna was 97 years old and did not hear or see as well as she used to, but she still made the best potato latkes in the whole village. Every year at Hanukkah time, all her friends came to her house on the edge of the forest. How they loved her latkes. Baba Brianna always made plenty, but tonight she had made twice as many. Tonight was special. Tonight, the rabbi was coming. Booba Brianna hurried to get ready. Just then she heard a thump on the door. She opened it. Rabbi, you're early. How nice to see you. Grumph, growled Old Bear. Happy Hanukkah to you too, Rabbi. Come on in. Old Bear walked into the house. I'll take your coat, Rabbi. Oh, my, how thick it is. Baba Brianna tugged at Old Bear's fur. Old Bear growled, Grrr. Oh, you want to keep your coat on? Well, that's all right. It is a little chilly in here. Old Bear's nose twitched. Rumph. Thank you, Rabbi. How kind of you to say that. The latkes will taste even better than they smell. Old Bear followed his nose right to the oven. Grrr. Rabbi, I'm surprised at you. You know we don't eat until we light the menorah. Grrr. That's right. I knew you were teasing. I'll light the candles. Will you say the blessing? Grumph. Baba Brianna struck a match and lit the shamus candle. Then she lit the one for the first night. Old Bear muttered and growled, Roar, roar, roar. Who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Oh, Rabbi, You say the blessings so beautifully. Baba Brianna sat down at the table. Old Bear sat beside her. Let's play dreidel. We'll use these nuts. Old Bear cracked a nut with his teeth. Rabbi, you won't have any nuts for the game if you eat them. Growled Old Bear. Don't worry, I have plenty of nuts if you need more. Baba Brianna spun the dreidel. It stopped on the letter Gimel. I win! Baba Brianna swept the nuts into her apron. Roar! Growled Old Bear. Don't be angry, Rabbi. It's only a game. She tossed him a nut. Old Bear begged for more. No, Rabbi, no more nuts. It's time for dinner now. Baba Brianna opened the oven door and took out a platter piled high with steaming potato latkes. Old Bear sniffed the latkes as she set them on the table. Do you prefer sour cream or jam? Baba Brianna asked. Grrr! Old Bear growled. Jam! I thought so. Baba Brianna smeared 5 big latkes with jam and stacked them on Old Bear's plate. Old Bear gobbled them down. Baba Brianna laughed. You should use a fork. You have jam all over your beard. She wet a paper towel and wiped Old Bear's face. I must tell you, Rabbi, you eat like a bear. Grrr. I'm hungry like a bear, so I eat like one. I can see that, Baba Brianna said. Old Bear ate and ate until the latkes were gone. He felt drowsy. His head flopped on Baba Brianna's lap. Rabbi, you're sleepy. Who wouldn't be sleepy after such a meal? All the latkes are gone. It's time for you to go home. But before you leave, I have a Hanukkah present for you. Baba Brianna took a red scarf from her knitting basket. She wrapped it around Old Bear's neck. I made it myself. Grrr! Old Bear licked Baba Brianna's face. Baba Brianna blushed. Oh, Rabbi, at my age? Old Bear shuffled out the door. Rumph! He growled as he walked off into the night. Good night to you too. Happy Hanukkah, Rabbi. Baba Brianna was washing dishes when she heard another knock. I wonder who that is. Shalom, Baba Brianna. All her friends stood at the door wishing her a happy Hanukkah. Shalom, everybody, Baba Brianna said. How nice to see you. I'm sorry I don't have any more latkes. The rabbi came by. He ate them all. Baba Brianna, don't you recognize me? It was the rabbi. The rabbi couldn't have eaten your latkes, everyone said. He's been with us at the synagogue. Baba Brianna rubbed her forehead. Something strange is happening. Rabbi, I think there is an imposter going around. He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has your beard. Just then the children cried, Look at the floor. Bear tracks. A bear. I thought it was the rabbi. Baba Brianna had to sit down. Soon she began to giggle. That was a very clever bear, or a very foolish Baba Brianna. Ah, well, let the bear have a happy Hanukkah. I had a happy Hanukkah too, and so will you, dear friends. Bring some potatoes from the cellar, fetch my grater and bowl. Everybody has to help, you too, Rabbi. If we all work together, soon we'll have latkes for everyone. Deep in the forest, Old Bear slumbered in his den. His stomach was full of potato latkes. The warm woolen scarf was wrapped snugly around his neck. Pleasant dreams, Old Bear, and happy Hanukkah. The book ends with a recipe for latkes. So if you want to make some latkes, I can send that to you, or I'm sure there's one on Pinterest or someplace on Google. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas season. And you know, one of the wonderful things about Hanukkah is remembering how God has led in the past and the things that he has done to take care of us. And we can do that any day of the year. We don't just have to wait for Hanukkah to have potato pancakes, to share with friends, and to remember what God has done. What has God done for you recently? I'd love for you to tell me in the comments. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.